And we're back with more of the Shacknews Awards 2023. We are talking mobile games. Our Modojo at Shacknews Mobile Game of the Year deliberations start now. Let me get these nominees out of the way. Warcraft Rumble, Honkai Star Rail, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and Pokemon Sleep. Let's go. Greg,
Yes.
you've interviewed the devs at Warcraft Rumble and have played the game. Would you like to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, I just think like, especially when you have a big publisher like Blizzard coming out of the woodwork with like a mobile game, people are very quick to dismiss it. And this wasn't like a Diablo Immortal type of thing where it was like outsourced. This was an internal team at Blizzard that made it. It took 4 years to make. This wasn't like a stupid cash grab or something to take advantage of a trend. And it's just an interesting game. Takes elements of tower defense and RTS and hero mechanics and MOBAs and puts them in a very good way on the mobile, which is the lengthy way of laning through a level to get to a boss or get to an objective, and then the timing of where you put your models down, what they use, your combination of they call it a deck, which is basically the characters you can have. Up to, I think it's 6 characters or 7 characters. Of like how you build your deck and how it works out with different situations. It has a massive campaign mode, PvP. It has raids. Like I just think it was deserving of a nomination because they put a lot of time and energy into it, and it was dismissed. Like most mobile games are, they just quickly dismissed and then on to the next thing. But it's a really cute game.
Nice. Yeah, they spent some time with the art style to really make it unique compared
Mm-hmm.
to other Warcraft games and like Hearthstone and stuff. So it definitely sticks out. It's not the first time that we've seen a first party mobile game from them.
You
Obviously,
definitely get more out
Hearthstone
of
was
it
that.
if you're an older gamer. I think like if you've spent time doing Dota before when it was a mod, right, or when you spent time in tower defense. You know what I mean? Like you see elements of that in this, heavily inspired by those types of games. And
Hmm.
you also have to like Warcraft. If you don't like Warcraft, it'll fall flat for you because a lot of this stuff is it's a Warcraft game.
Nice. Well, a worthy nominee. On to the next one. Honkai Star Rail is a game that came out on mobile this year from the folks who made Genshin Impact, right, Sam?
That's what we
Yeah,
were
so
saying.
they've gone ahead and made another like RPG. I think there's some gotcha elements in there, but
Oh
Dono, you
yeah.
were saying previously that there's it's turn-based combat, so it kind of appeals to a different uh genre of different fans of a different genre.
Genshin is more
Whereby,
of like an action RPG, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly right. Yeah,
Hmm.
so
They also
yeah,
use
it's
completely different casts of characters. That's a big thing in that community, is people latch
yeah,
on to them.
different
Oh,
setting as well, if
okay.
I'm not mistaken. A little bit more sci-fi, I believe, as opposed to the fantasy,
Fantasy. Yeah.
the more high fantasy elements from Genshin. Yeah, and it's just popped off like been incredibly popular. Like
Mhm.
mates of mine have been diving in on it as well and thoroughly enjoying.
Hmm.
They seem to have found a formula,
They have.
and they're applying it to different genres of games now. So here we are. The
Yeah.
Hoyoverse, right? Uh, we're going to keep the train rolling down the tracks here. Uh, Final Fantasy
Excellent.
VII Ever Crisis is another mobile game that came out this year. Greg, I remember you tried it out at the Summer of Jeff Festival, and you were singing its praises
Yeah, I also played it.
a
I
lot.
also got invited to the closed beta and played that for over the weekend
Hmm.
on my phone. It was like surprisingly fun. Like I mean, for like for a mobile experience, right? I mean, everyone compares, like I said again, like a broken record, mobile games to like console games or PC games, but like they're different. They have to be optimized for the device, and they have to
Yeah.
make sense in a way where you can basically play it with almost a single hand in most cases. And it does
Hmm.
it really well. Like it has that Final Fantasy VII like feel of turn-based combat where it's strategic and you're making choices. It's not a one for one like recreation of the Final Fantasy games. It has its own unique little system, but at the same time it has a lot of really fun it feels like a remake of the 97 game with like more of a mainstream turn-based system on for mobile, right? Where a lot of
Hmm.
these like Japanese RPGs can get very wonky with like 20 different sets of currencies and different premium currencies and free currencies and gotcha mechanics and slot machines. I didn't feel like that way in Ever Crisis. I got to play the whole first mission, which is up to the Scorpion boss battle in the first reactor for the game, and it played out just exactly like this '97 game did from a story perspective. And apparently, they're going to be releasing more story elements out in chunks. And on top of that, you also have not ads, microtransactions, but you could buy skins for Cloud. So you can buy like the Advent Children skin for him. You can buy the '97 Horseshoe Hoof Cloud. Like that kind of stuff is like really fun for a Final Fantasy guru. And I was just really impressed because I haven't heard anything. But yeah,
They got Final Fantasy 9 outfits. Like that's kind of wild.
Yeah, even some other stuff can come in there too as well. It's very interesting. Like I said, it's really easily to dismiss mobile games, but this had some love. I think it just gets buried in the announcements of big AAA, Rebirth and 16 and stuff.
Greg, you're having some echo.
Oh,
I
sorry.
guess it's gone now. Ozzy was echoing a second when he was talking to you, but
There you go. Let's turn my volume down just a little bit.
There you go.
To kind of add one more thing to how this kind of got overlooked a little bit, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis apparently just came out on Steam a few days ago, and just kind of came and went.
Yeah, there's a lot of Final Fantasy out there these days, and it just seems like every other day we're getting a new Final Fantasy VII : something.
Right, but this wasn't like to argue. This one didn't feel like that standard bloatware on a mobile device, like something that was just rushed out to like quickly capitalize on the popularity of Final Fantasy VII. I feel like there was some thought process behind it.
Wasn't there a Final Fantasy VII Battle Royale that was that basically?
Yeah, it was Dissidia, whatever it was called. I think it was terrible.
No, it was Final Fantasy.
It was something else. It was First Soldier or something like that.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff is really hit or miss.
Yeah,
it was like grand opening, grand closing. Like it was done in 3 months.
Yep. Anyway, this is much better than that, is what we're getting at. And they're taking good care of the Final Fantasy VII IP across all sorts of platforms. So fans of that specific game or people who were introduced to it through the Final Fantasy VII Remake, there's a lot to eat out there right now, and that's great. And more to look forward to next year with Rebirth, right? Our next nominee, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, also known as Apple Arcade Animal Crossing, by Sanrio. TJ,
it's a good one.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Let the folks know how adorable this game is and why it should win our mobile game of the year.
It really is just like taking a lot of things that worked in Animal Crossing and applying a Sanrio Hello Kitty theme to all that. Like, you make your own character, you end up on this island that's all defunct and beat up and sad, and but everybody's here for a vacation, and they want you to help them turn it into the vacation island that they want it to be. So you set about like helping each of the characters, getting to know them, like learning what they like and what appeals to them, and giving them gifts that will help them like you more and get you into bigger quests with them. And just going around the island and restoring things that are broken and making it work. I've said it before, but like I felt like I missed out a lot on Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I won't say that this is like a 1-to-1 for that, but it does have like the elements that I could be like, yes, I get it. I get why this is so charming and so attractive, and so like I want to keep playing this. And yet at the same time, it feels like something where like I can get to a certain point and be like, that's enough for today. I'm going to put this down and pick it back up tomorrow. It has a good loop for that. It has a good like break points where you can just step away and feel good about what you've done. And it has like a timer where like things will open up day by day as you continue to play it. I love this game. It's very fun to explore. It's very fun to fiddle with, and it's probably been one of the things that I play the most in my spare time if I'm doing anything handheld and gaming.
So I was going to ask just about, because I believe you reviewed this mainly on an iPhone, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do the controls work? Are there on-screen buttons? Is it a swipe-based game? How would you play on mobile?
It's on-screen buttons. You have like basically a joystick type button where you move it in a circle and it will take you in that direction.
Sure.
And then a lot of the on the right side, like things will pop up in context to wherever you are in a situation. Like if you're by the beach, you'll see a fishing rod icon pop up for you to go fishing. Or if you're near a thing like something on the island that you can pick up for crafting, you just have to walk near it and the button will pop up for you to grab it.
That's cool, because in Animal Crossing, it's like I shouldn't say weapon wheel, because it's just a wheel, right? But to have that contextual button pressing is kind of cool, I think, especially on a mobile game.
All I'm thinking is that Butters line. I wasn't playing World of Warcraft. I was playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure. When you now we know why, because it was a good game.
Yeah, it's really charming, and yeah, that contextual thing works very well. It does. I don't think I've ever seen it get confused about what I wanted to do, but if there are two contextual things, it just puts the buttons there in that section. And you can choose which thing you want to interact with. So it doesn't even like jumble itself up if there's just like an object that you could pick up and fishing nearby. You just pick one or the other.
That sounds great. Awesome. Well, we're going to move on to our last nominee in this category, Pokemon Sleep. Just barely a game, but, I just had to give them props for trying to capture this 8 hours of a day that everyone is asleep and not looking at a screen. Now you can sleep with a Snorlax next to you on your phone. That's about it.
collect different sleeping poses and all that good stuff. Sleep is where you're a Viking type. That one's for Greg.
I'll sleep.
I don't know if Greg
dead.
got it. You sleep when you're dead? Yeah. I think, Pokemon's doing their best to get people to brush their teeth, sleep. Maybe Pokemon Shower is next, trying to capture that sweet shower demographic.
No, Pokemon Diet was next, like some eat track food app.
Pokemon Go was kind of stealth exercise app.
I think I think the train has left the station on Pokemon Shower since the Smash scene is dead.
Yeah.
Damn. Cutting them.
Ouch.
Cutting deep there, especially when they're down. They're down bad right now. They didn't need that.
Kick a
but
man while he's
down. They do need
down.
to shower. They do need to shower. And a Pokemon Shower would be pretty amazing. But yeah, those are our nominees. I think we should get to voting. What do you guys say?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet. Denny, what you got?
I'm going with Hello Kitty. Despite it being on the Apple product, I do think that it's. I've had some friends who have had some fun with that game pretty heavily, and Animal Crossing started a vibe that I like to continue supporting. So
yeah, and Hello Kitty's adorable and a perfect IP to bring to that kind of game. So I understand how it happened, and if Tim Cook's gonna pay you, I'm not gonna blame you for taking the Tim Cook money. Donovan.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
I'm also voting for Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Greg.
I think I'm going to do Ever Crisis.
A fine vote. TJ.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Ozzy.
Ever Crisis.
Bill.
You had me at Animal Crossing.
Sam.
DJ won me over. Hello Kitty. Almost said Animal Crossing. Hello Kitty Island Adventure, please.
Hello Crossing Animal Adventure. Steve. From the Steve Tendo Show. Oh, wow.
Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure. David's not here, but he would say something about how he hasn't played any of these games anyway, so it doesn't matter. Hello Kitty Island Adventure wins in a landslide victory, honestly. Shout out to everyone else nominated in this category. Mobile games are a huge deal. I think a lot of websites like to gloss over them, but we appreciate the work that goes into making a good mobile game and making good user interfaces that work on touchscreens. But also work, in the case of Hello Kitty Island Adventure, on Apple TV, which is pretty neat. So yeah, congratulations Tim Cook, Sanrio, everyone else involved in bringing this game to Apple Arcade. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is your Modojo at Shacknews Mobile Game of the Year 2023.
Butters, you said you're on your computer all the time.
Yeah, but I'm playing Hello Kitty Island Adventure.